I mean, just think about it. Rioting everywhere, you know, and this is not me believing that the virus is real. I'm just, I guess, painting a picture. But, you know, mass riots, nobody's paying attention to this coronavirus bullshit. It was like, you know, I keep on hearing people talk about, oh, it's like everyone forgot about coronavirus. Yeah, okay, everyone but the people who are in fucking control and are still putting everything out. I want y'all to do something before I start. Well, you don't have to do it now, but whenever you get a chance. But I would do it now so you don't forget. If you have an Android, I don't know what it is for iPhone because I have Android, but if you have an Android phone, go to your settings, and then from there go to Google settings or whatever it is. It says Google, the Google tab, and boom, the first thing you'll see there, contact tracing already on your motherfucking phone. And you're like, man, how the hell did that get on there, man? Oh my god. It's called a simple fucking update. You know, honestly, even if they have that to really do that, you know, who knows how that works. But it's already started. Contact tracing's already in place. Right now they're going through the hiring process of hiring humans to snitch on everyone. And yeah, you know, everyone they constantly say, oh, it's volunteer, you know, you don't have to pay, you don't have to you know, buy into it at all. You don't have to. And then what they don't tell you is that, well, you're just not going to be able to do a fucking thing, which is going to a food store, going to your favorite restaurant, go to the gym, you know, any of that shit. Some people I talk to are like, well, fuck it, I'm just not going to bring my phone out. That's fine. You're going to end up right back at your house because there ain't going to be shit you can do without your phone. You know, but you see how they play that shit? They not to say that it's not real, but I notice over and over again that the people who are trying to brainwash us, they always throw some article or idea out there that's like, oh my god, that's so fucking satanic, and that's the mark of the beast, it's the mark of the beast, we're getting a chip in our hand, and or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? And then what happens? That article just decides to just magically disappear or fall back into the algorithm, and then they're like, oh, never mind, we'll just update it on your phone since everyone is addicted, is pretty much, you know, is connected to their phone. We'll just put it in their phone so that it's automatically there. We don't have to worry about anybody complying or not complying, because essentially when you don't comply, it only fucks yourself. You're not fucking anybody else over. That's why blew the smoke, couldn't see. That's why it's cold. Yeah, that's why they do it that way, is because you gotta think, man, they're anywhere from, on the very low side, 25 years, on the crucial high side, a couple 100 years ahead of us. Alright? Maybe even thousands of years ahead of us. Nobody knows. And if you do know, you're not telling nobody. But yeah, they think of it well planned out, you know, and then they also implement certain things in place, and you won't necessarily be like, oh, they're doing this because they're trying to do this. Well, we don't know what we don't know what their outcome is, because, you know, I guess compartmentalize is the right word for it, but they fucking do that with everything, so you don't get the big picture, you know. And if you do get the big picture, you gotta fucking go here, there, and there, just to get the big picture of what's going on. But that's the whole point of them doing it, is because they know that we're not dumb, or some of us out there aren't dumb, and you know, a lot of us are going to be able to connect the dots. But what they do is they put it in pieces, so that it takes you, you know, months to a year, or however long. Regardless, it takes more time than it would to see it as a whole than to piece it together. But it gives them time to see you react, to see you, you know, just your thought process and the actions you're going to take and all that shit. And they just keep on implementing shit, man. It bugs me that right now that nobody is talking about this shit, man. Like, nobody is, of course, thanks, Dick. I had to get in front of it. But, not many people are fucking talking about this shit, man. Did we all forget that 5G is a fucking crowd control weapon, and that it's gonna fucking, I mean, I'm not sure what we're gonna be able to do once it's fully in place, if we're able to. Why? Because then they got us by the balls. I mean, think about it. All they got to do is turn it on. If anybody's rioting still, or anybody's protesting, boom, they're gone. Why? Because they can turn the frequency up just enough to where it'll eventually make you sick, or if they really need to, they just ramp the joint up, and then you get sick immediately. Why? Because you're being filled with fucking poison, alright, that your body does not want in it. That's their plan. I mean, and could I be wrong? Yes, I could be wrong. I could be really wrong. But, you know, I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. I'm going off of what I'm hearing. And that's all I can go off of. Because nobody's going to fucking come out and tell you the flat out truth. Because they don't want you to know. But know that 60 gigahertz frequency is going to kill you. Alright? And know that there is no VIURS. Alright? And if there is, the only way it can be spread is if it's spread through a fucking needle. And then once it's in your body, just like they can heal with frequency, they can also hurt with frequency. And they just flip that switch on real quick, awaken that virus or whatever you want to call it, that little bug in your body, and they give it the frequency to multiply, and then boom, you get sick. Now you have whatever virus they're gonna give to you, you know? Just wait until, you know, people start coming down with sicknesses and it's not CV, it's Ebola, or I don't know, anything, you know? Wait till that starts happening, you know? You think they were just going to stop at coronavirus? Hell no. going to be throwing a ton of shit at us. And people just don't get it, you know? I mean, just go back to that Celeste Solum video where she was explaining that for some reason, whatever chaotic, negative shit that they can throw at us, it's all going to start with an E. I don't know why, but that's what she said. And I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but whatever. You know, EMPs, electrical attack, electrocution, Ebola, you know, economy, which could be anything. You know, I don't know. I mean, it could be anything, man. I mean, anything that starts with an E that you can think of. Why they're doing it that way, I don't know, but that's just what people are saying, and you know, I feel like maybe she doesn't have all the answers. God, I hate this shit. Maybe she doesn't have all the answers, but I mean, at least she's speaking out and trying to tell us something. But what I'm sincerely, I mean, I guess I'm a little worried about it, is 2021. Because I believe that's when the mass death and the mass kidnapping of roundup of people is going to, I mean, it's already started, but I feel like that they're going to ramp it up because they, like they said, Agenda 2030, but I believe they say it's Agenda 2030, but I believe it's probably going to be in place by 2025. Why? Because why would they? I mean, yes, they have to tell us what they're doing, but they don't always tell us the full story, I guess. So, you know, who the hell knows? But we all need to keep paying attention to this shit. I feel like we've all gone into this coronavirus brainwashing cloud, and none of us are thinking about anything else that's about to go down or is going down. You know, not to, you know, you don't hear anything about all the people who disappeared during the riots. You know, some people got murdered during the riots. You know, all the rape and shit that's happening. But you gotta think, man. I mean, it's just, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because I think about everything. When you have a town or a city that is essentially lawless, and people are looting, rioting, burning, beating up people, throwing shit, destroying everything, what do you think? The pedophiles are just going to sit at home and just go chilling? You know, or maybe not necessarily the pedophiles, but, you know, your serial rapists, you know, the people who don't have, you know, who have some type of psychological or mental issue to where they can't handle themselves very well. You think those people just sat at home? I mean, think about it, man. If a serial rapist is sitting at home, he sees all this shit going on, he sees all the potential victims that he can fucking run through. I know this sounds disgusting, but I mean, you just put your mind in a psycho's mind, or whatever you want to call it, a mentally ill person, as best as you can, and you know, I mean, to me, that gives them free reign to go out and do whatever the fuck they want, you know, just as well as the thieves and the looters and then just the regular people who just want to beat people up. You know, it's all temptation to go out. The only people who aren't tempted to go out are the people who realize exactly what the fuck's going on. And it's, to me, I mean, I know there's a decent amount of us out there, but it just doesn't seem like a lot, man. But we haven't seen we haven't seen the worst of it at all yet. I mean, what we've just seen is just a small glimpse of the chaos that's about to come. Now, can we fix this? Yeah, of course we can fix it. But you're talking millions of people need to stand up and realize what the fuck's going on, you know? And now that I remember, you know, I still got this Say No to HR 666 on my back of my car. And I pulled up to this gas station, you know, and you never know who's got their eyes open. You really don't. And I go into this gas station, and it's this little blonde-haired chick. You know, I'm not thinking anything of it. You know, I always, as fucked up as it sounds, I always assume that they don't know anything, which is wrong on my part. But I don't know. I just assume you know nothing. And if you do know more, then it's a positive, whatever. And I walk in there, and she's like, I totally agree with what's on your window. And for a second, I was like, what? What are you talking about? I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, word. I was like, I'll be honest with you. I said, you are the literal first person that knew what it was, you know? And then on top of it, doesn't agree with it. And she looked at me, and it made me smile so hard. She looked at me and smiled, and she goes, don't worry, there's a lot of us who are awake right now. And she gave me this, you know, this reassuring smile that, I don't know, fucking filled me with fucking happiness and joy, because, you know, it shows that it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time until, you know, one video's made, or somebody says this, or, you know, somebody gets triggered and starts to carry out their shit, and we all start banding together. I have no doubt in my mind, because my mindset is I'm not trying to come on. I can't stand people who can't drive. But my mindset is, you know, whenever it goes down, and it doesn't matter, you know, girl or boy, young or old, you know, dark skinned or light skinned, you're my brother, and we're gonna fucking, or my sister, and we gonna get this shit in. We gonna get it the fuck in. And the rest of the people who are awake have the same mentality, you know? Because you gotta think about it. A racist person isn't. I mean, they might be awake to some shit, but he's very much asleep to that we're all fucking humans, and that racism is a mental fucking illness. But yeah, I mean, it's a matter of time. I just keep my faith. I keep believing, and just, I don't know. Just keep doing our thing. It's really all we can do. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, hope you'll have a good day, and talk to y'all soon.